Following segment sponsored by Mears Associates.
Well, life insurance and IRAs, there are so many details that go along with these important policies. And this morning we want to talk about a big detail, the beneficiary, and what you may not know. Here with more now is Mark Mears, financial advisor with Mears Associates. Mark, it is great to have you back on the show.
Amy, it's good to be home, and like I was telling you earlier, I'm from here. I was raised on the Tree Streets.
Yeah, you said this is my neighborhood.
This is my neighborhood. My family went to ETSU. My wife went to Brigham Young University, which is a ways off, but we've had family at ETSU, Daniel Boone High School, Science Hill, Powell Valley High School, and Big Stone Gap, and Dobbins Bennett. So it's good to be back.
Continuing your life right here in the Tri-Cities. That is nice.
That's
Lots
exactly
of good friends. Right. And talking today about something that's really important. We talk about all these big policies, and of course,
yes,
the beneficiary, probably the most important part of that.
Absolutely. And this old saying, it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. And so having said that, briefly, let me tell you at Mears Associates exactly what we do. We want to look at your financial documents and make sure they're in order. A litmus test for my life is when my first wife died of cancer over 20 years ago with 5 children at home. If we hadn't had our financial documents in order and correct beneficiaries, it could have been a disaster. So we are not only trained how to do these, I've experienced it. So having said that, ask you another Jeopardy question.
Oh, I love when we play Jeopardy, Mark.
What do you think is the biggest financial check that most adults receive sometime in their lifetime?
The biggest, I would guess, when someone passes away and leaves you some money in a will or an IRA or a 401k.
That's exactly right. If you have a will, IRA, life insurance, a trust, an annuity, you have to name a beneficiary.
Right.
Now, if you get a $500,000 tax-free death benefit, that may be the largest amount of cash you ever receive in your life, but constantly there are lawsuits about beneficiaries where people think they're the beneficiary and they're not. 50% of marriages end up in divorce. And sometimes when you get remarried, people shuffle around, property shuffles around. You think you're the beneficiary, but you're really not.
Because someone has maybe not kept up with those individual policies and remembered to make some changes?
That's true, and that could be a very bad surprise.
Yeah, that would not be good.
Give you an example, just recently in Wise County, we had a client that their grandmother promised them they were the beneficiary in the will. They showed them they were the beneficiary of the will, but when the grandmother died, they were not the beneficiary of the will because her brother took the grandmother to an attorney, had him draft a new will without her knowing about it. We've seen a husband change a beneficiary of a life insurance policy to a girlfriend.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
So, and they don't need to, if you're the beneficiary, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be told or you have to relinquish any kind of power.
That's exactly right.
That can be changed at any point.
That can be changed at any point. But we can advise clients on how to avoid that. There's a thing called an irrevocable beneficiary, that once you make that person the beneficiary, it can't be changed without your permission. So, could you show that picture?
Okay, so we have a little picture to show you.
All right. Now, I hope you see the humor.
The humor,
in this.
Yes, because that would be.
But that happens more than you think that it happens.
Which is very, very scary. Yeah. And interesting that you mentioned the legal term, that there is a way around this that people should be aware of.
And we can, too long to explain on air. Okay. And again, we advise people, to talk to their attorney or CPA, but we can share with them that information on how to avoid that. There's a lot of trust drafted today because sometimes they're better than wills, but the trust beneficiary might be able to be changed also without your knowledge.
All right, certainly some important information. We're going to give everybody your information. If you have other questions, you can always check out their website as well, markmears.com. And of course, their office is located right there on Fort Henry Drive.
Here's a gift for you today, a copy of the recent Wall Street Journal.
Oh, why, thank you.
The The preceding segment sponsored by Mears Associates.